The Aztec civilization, known for its rich culture and complex social structures, had a darker side that revolved around their religious beliefs. These beliefs held that the gods they worshipped, especially the sun god, Huitzilopochtli, were sustained and nourished by human blood. This belief wasn't merely a fringe idea, but a central pillar of their religion and society. The Aztecs perceived the universe as a precarious place, teetering on the brink of disaster. They believed that their survival depended on the appeasement of their gods. And the highest form of appeasement? Human sacrifice. The Aztecs didn't view this practice as barbaric or cruel. Rather, they saw it as a necessary, even honorable duty. Sacrifices were often willing participants, offering their lives to ensure the sun would rise again. It was a belief so deeply ingrained that it led to one of the most chilling practices in human history. How many lives do you think were sacrificed in the name of these gods? Quite the haunting question, isn't it? The scale of human sacrifices carried out by the Aztecs is enough to send a shiver down anyone's spine. The Aztecs believed in appeasing their gods through human sacrifices, a practice deeply ingrained in their culture, their spirituality, and their worldview. Consider this. During the reconsecration of the Great Pyramid of Tenochtitlan, one of the most significant Aztec events, an estimated 20,000 people were sacrificed over just 4 days. Imagine that, 20,000 lives extinguished in a brutal ballet of devotion and fear. But here's the part that truly unsettles. For the Aztecs, these were not acts of barbarity. They were acts of survival. They believed that their gods needed nourishment from human sacrifices to keep the universe running. A thought that chills the spine. Can you imagine what a human sacrifice ritual looked like? Step into the world of the Aztecs, where human sacrifice was not only commonplace, but a grand spectacle. The Aztecs were not a people who shied away from the macabre or the grotesque. Instead, they embraced it as an integral part of their religion and culture. Picture this: the central plaza of the city, teeming with people, all eyes fixated on the towering pyramid at the center. At the top, a priest, adorned in ceremonial dress, stands over a captive, his hands stained crimson from countless previous sacrifices. The air is thick with tension and anticipation, the silence punctuated only by the rhythmic beating of ceremonial drums. The ritual begins with the captive being led up the steps of the pyramid, their fate already sealed. The crowd watches in a mix of fear and fascination as the captive reaches the summit. The priest raises a ceremonial knife, the obsidian blade glinting in the sunlight. The captive is stretched over a stone altar, their chest exposed and vulnerable. In one swift, practiced movement, the priest plunges the knife into the captive's chest, reaching in to extract the still-beating heart. The sight may be gruesome to our modern sensibilities, but for the Aztecs, this was a sacred act, a necessary offering to appease their gods and ensure the continued survival of their civilization. The heart, still pulsating, was then held up to the sky, an offering to the sun god, Huitzilopochtli. These rituals were not hidden away, performed in secret. They were public spectacles, a display of piety and devotion that was attended by the entire city. For the Aztecs, the line between the sacred and the profane was blurred, with life and death intertwined in a complex dance of belief and ritual. These rituals held a horrifying allure, a testament to the Aztecs' belief in the divine necessity of human sacrifice. What do you think led to the downfall of such a powerful civilization? Let's delve into the twilight of the Aztec Empire. A civilization that once stood proud and powerful, the Aztecs met their end not at the hands of their bloodthirsty gods, but rather at the hands of Spanish conquistadors. Led by Hernán Cortés in the early 16th century, the Spanish conquistadors were driven by a thirst for gold and glory. They found a society steeped in practices they deemed as disturbing and barbaric. The scale of sacrifices, the gruesome rituals, all these were alien and horrifying to the invaders. It's believed that these practices may have played a role in the Aztecs' downfall, creating division and unrest among the populace. But what truly sealed their fate was the introduction of European diseases to which they had no immunity, decimating their population. The Aztecs, a civilization that thrived and fell, leaving behind a legacy as fascinating as it is disturbing. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. The Aztecs, an ancient civilization, held a deep belief in human sacrifice, performing these rites on a staggering scale. Their rituals, chillingly disturbing, were central to their culture and religious practices. Yet despite their might and tenacity, the Aztec Empire met a tragic end. Their story is a stark reminder of the complexities of human history.